Hey, Richard Myers here. Hey, in this brief message, I'm going to break my own rules and cover a subject that's outside of my zone of expertise, and it's with a certain amount of risk to myself and to my message and my credibility that I'm doing this, but I can't keep quiet uh, about this. As you know, I really speak most of the time on the nature of the church. That's the subject I've studied, I've been interested in, I've challenged myself for more than 50 years. And so I just wanted, and I feel like there's a lack of understanding in the general Christian community. I find very few people who understand the nature of the church. And so that's been my focus. But because of COVID in 2020, because of the fact that I'm 80, 83 as of this video, I have been because of COVID. It brought me to YouTube and to online messages and videos, and then because of my age, you're always. My brother had Parkinson's. One of my professor had Parkinson's, and there's cancer. You know, my sister-in-law died of cancer. She's younger than my wife, and so you're always sensitive to symptoms. You're always monitoring your body. I asked my brother, how did you feel when you first noticed that you had Parkinson's coming on, and so you check your hand to make sure it's not there's no tremors, and so I'm just saying as you get to, and you may not understand this, but after you're more than 80, you're kind of monitoring your machinery, your health. So in that context, then I became more aware of the medical community and what's going on. Became a more intelligent patient with my doctor, and we have a good relationship. So anyway, that's kind of some background. And so early on, I was introduced, and just to use this word is a risk. I was introduced to ivermectin, and so I began to study it and began to learn everything I could about it. And so that's some of my background in terms of just online research. But because it's a prescription medication, you can't talk about it. You can't tell somebody about it because you're in effect dealing with prescription medications. And so I've had to maintain a very, very low profile, not really talking about it. But in recent days, I've been alerted to the fact that there is some efficacious that ivermectin is being used to treat cancer. And I thought, wow. And so also I have a friend who's dying of lung cancer. You all the time you're praying for people who are suffering from cancer, and so but I can't say anything because, again, you just can't say anything. You can't be telling somebody who's sick, hey, I know something that might help you out or something. You just can't do that, and so I haven't. But in the process of all that I just related, I was introduced by a fellow, Dr. Campbell, and Dr. Campbell is a British PhD in nursing. He's an academic. He's retired now, and most of the people that I've been hearing from are retired older people. Younger people, it's too dangerous for them to talk about it, but the older people can. They have got nothing to lose in a way, and there's maybe a stronger moral courage there amongst some of the older doctors. And so Dr. Campbell is a very middle of the road academic. And so I've watched him over the last 3 years progress into the area to realize that something really, really bad happened during COVID. And I've even heard of doctors who are apologizing, are asking forgiveness for what their profession has done to us. And so anyway, that's the background. And I'm just a novice. I just listen to these videos and I scratch my head and it sounds reasonable, and I try to investigate the credentials of the people talking. So John Campbell is a very credible source by any measure. And so just here this morning, I ran into a video where he was talking about current research in the use of ivermectin for cancer. And I couldn't stay silent. I couldn't just say, "Wow, this is really interesting," and go on, because I know some of you listening to this video have cancer at this moment, and some of you may already be in hospice. And so I just wanted you to see this video. I'm going to put a link to John Campbell's video in the YouTube posting of this video, and I'm going to put it in the email, a link in the email, and so you can look at that video for yourself and study it, and then it'll lead you to other videos, and so I just want you to know about it, and then ask your doctor. What you do with the information is up to you, but I want you to know about it because I have other personal experiences, but again, it's not my place. This is not my expertise. I have no medical training. I didn't like chemistry. By the way, when I was at the Colorado School of Mines, I had to take every chemistry course that exists. And through all that experience, I realized that I really hate chemistry. And so the last thing I would be is a doctor. But because I'm interested and because I explained my position or my station in life, and again, I can't keep quiet about this because I know that people are suffering, and I'm praying for many of you who I happen to know have cancer, are suffering. And so I just want you to look at that video, choose for yourself, do whatever you will with it, but I just wanted you to have the information. And I just am praying for a number of you that I know are suffering with illnesses, and I want so very much for God's healing power in your life. Thank you for joining me today, and this again is a video that stands out from all the rest. It's not my normal subject, let's put it that way. Anyway, I just commend this to you.